Oh, that's scary. Okay, this one should be the last test of the day. Oh, no, that's better. I finally done something good. Now, if I can get somebody to come in and so I can, yeah, yeah, I done something good. I'm so happy about that. Now I've got a view counter with my webcam. All we needed is just one human being to come on to see if my audio is okay. Hello, hello, hello. I think it is. Oh, look at there. Hey, Mr. Dave and Ray Gregory. Oh, thank you very much. I've been working on this thing all day. Um, are you guys busy or doing something? I, um, I finally got where I got my counter up over there, and I wasn't able to get that. And now I got it up, and that's the only thing I was really, when you sit here on a web page, Ride Wolf Ruby. Hello. Oh, I had myself such a big cup of coffee this morning. It was so good. This is so I can remember who I am. Well, all of our food's done for the day. We had a good lunch and a good supper, big breakfast. I eat breakfast this morning of everybody on here. I was eating with. Um, even Kim was in here while I was having my breakfast. And Dave, you was over there doing a live. I didn't know it. And then somebody come by and said, "Hey, Dave is live," and so I missed out on your live event. That first cup of coffee gets the day started off right. At least I think so. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had my counter up there on the page so I can see how many people's in here and the time, how much time I'd used. Hello. That's the little sweet pea there. That's the little sweet pea. Say hello. Let me see my. Oh, now you can. There they are.
Hello, sweet peas.
Look right in the camera, honey. They can't see your eyes unless you're looking into the camera.
There.
Hello.
Hi, sweet peas.
Sweet peas.
Well, you called me sweet peas, so I'm calling them sweet peas.
She called you guys sweet peas. Y'all, you are all sort of like peas in a pod. Hard
Big
to
Daddy
say.
Pea Pod.
Huh?
Big Daddy Pea Pod.
Big Daddy Pea Pod. Uh, Bride on Ruby said, "Hello, sweetie."
Hi.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, sweet peas.
Oh, I thought she'd never leave. She had to manage to come in here and put her 2 cents in. Now she come to get the supper dishes, and I told you Riding on Ruby why the good Lord gave women them little bitty feet, didn't I? See, she's going in there and practice. Oh, tight truck and Hello and good afternoon. American man, a more American muscle man. Well, what I used to have. I used to have a muscle. I got, I've got him in there. I'll have to herd him up. Get up in here. Come on up here. The most important muscle you can have when you get to be 84 is a good heart. It's got to be beating strong. Having them big guns when you're young is important too, you know. Because back in our days, we worked. We had to have arms and strength. And this was in the early years. I didn't go to work for Boeing until I was older. And I wished I'd have went in right after getting out of high school. Oh, thank you very much for watching my old videos. Oh, you was talking. You might have been talking to Riding on Ruby. Okay. Ray, I want to tell you that Angelique had a really good time yesterday. She said you was a true gentleman, and I'm sure you've heard that over and over and over. But she really liked the whole event. Well, she likes hanging out with us, and that's a good thing. Did you get rested up today, Ray? And hello, Mr. Toga, the mystery man. The mystery man can. He's like the candy man. Damn, I got hairs hanging everywhere. I saw you watched our little video yesterday, Toga, when Ray and I was riding out there, and man, that was so much fun. There's nothing better than the sound of a Harley, unless it's two Harleys, and three is even better. Not forget Hondas now. I mean, I got friends that ride Hondas, and I had a few crotch rocket back in the day. I had a 750 CB 750 that ran really good. No, I'm going. I went back. Here's what happened to me today while I was setting up OBS for so I'd have the counter. I downloaded. I listened to someone else. Went on to another page on how to get that meter started. So I was incorporating it in, and when I did, I must have put the string for that particular meter. It was a long string, a URL. When I put it in there, I must have put it in the wrong slot because, oh, hell, it done went up there and put something right in the middle of my screen, and I couldn't move it around, and I fought every when I downloaded it and reloaded it. But what happens, um, it's hard to just delete something. I went in and deleted it and reloaded it. But unfortunately, some of the parameters already set up carried over, and could never get past that. But tomorrow my mind will be more fresh, and I will tackle it tomorrow. But I want to make sure I could go back to this, to my YouTube studio. Hey, that's a good idea. Let me call that little heifer. Little buddy, you come up. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to have. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to have. Um, I'll show you what I'm going to have here. But first, I got to call the little heifer. I won't call her a little heifer when I want her to do something for me. She gets real sensitive about that. Okay, let me find her here. Oh, no. Uh-uh. Oh, not that call. All right, let's see if I can find her right here. She is. Now, watch this. I'm going to sweet talk her into doing something for me. Watch the old veteran.
Hey, it's Angelique.
Oh, hell, would you
I'll call you
believe?
back to my chance.
Would
Thanks.
you believe
Bye.
it went to voice message?
Tone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get back with you later. Ain't no use trying again because you probably got your phone turned off for the night. Y'all bear with me. Hey, Dave, keep them kind of going here till I get back. I gotta go. I gotta wake up the little missus there. Hang on. I'll be right back now. I just called you. Would you make me an old bottle of Bailey and a good like Chevy shot glass? All right. Flip flopping away, flip flopping away. I told you I'd be back. And see, anybody come in while we was gone? As American Outlaw in here? American Outlaw, he's right there. I found her. She was in there washing dishes. She was barefooted, washing dishes with her little bitty feet. We're going to, something I've been wanting to do all day long. And I've been so busy with this program that I need to take care of this situation. And so we got something in the works. Dave, was they behaved while I was gone? Yeah.
Which one do you want? Do you want shotgun or
I
split?
want my Chevette glass. It's
Oh,
about that high.
oh, okay. Well, you said shot glass, so
No, Chevet's shot glass, I said. I've been wanting a sip of Bailey's all day long. I've been thinking about it. I bought it a couple of days ago, and we went riding over the weekend, yesterday. So um, I said to myself, I hope you folks don't mind if I have a little Bailey's Irish cream. Yeah, there we go. Is that my Chevet's glass?
yeah, it says Chevis
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
it says Chevet's, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's Chevis.
Chevet's Regal. That's one of the best damn drinks you can drink right there. That's what I drink. I mean, it doesn't mean it's the right drink to have, but it's a good. I had it focused there. Anyhow, let's don't waste any time there. I'll be a gentleman. I won't. I won't top it out. Cheers, mate. Mates. Oh yeah, some Jameson. I tell you what I like. Oh, whoa, that's sweet. That's like drinking chocolate milk, and that's the way I like it. But um, I like to put it in my coffee in the morning. My big green cup. Pour about that much in my coffee. Ooh, it's a good way to wake up. It gives that Folgers just a little kick. I like this over vanilla ice cream. It's a dessert. This is this is what yeah, dessert. I got some 12-year-old scotch in there. Um, Used to be my wife and I's favorite, and after she passed on, I never did open the bottle. I mean, I never did. I left it in there, but um, one of these days we might just break open the old Chevys, but it ain't the right time yet. Oh, you went to Fremantle. Oh, I love that town. My son, my son was there in 1988 or 89. I can't remember. 88 or 89. I don't know where you was at that part of the world you was in 88 and 89, but his ship, the USS Ingersoll, was selected as the pride of the fleet. It was a part of the Sixth Fleet, and yeah, the USS Ingersoll, a destroyer, and they got to come to all the ports in Australia. My son got to spend a month in Australia. Well, I told you, Dave, about the boomerang girls. Oh, American military men is no different than Aussies. You Aussies, when you go into a foreign land, your soldiers, they'll find them good looking ladies out there too, and every port is a good looking lady. Oh hell yes, it did. That's one of his fondest memories. As fondest memory. Fremantle. He came in. You've got a beautiful port there. He told me he described it to a T on how pretty how the port was, the way it was laid out. Um, a lot better than when he went into Sydney. He went into the Sydney harbor, but the problem was over at Sydney, Dave. There was no room for an American destroyer. It's a 500. Was it? It's a very long ship. It's a destroyer. Um, they didn't have berthing for him, so they had to stay out in the bay and take a skiff in there, and you could only take a few sailors in at a time, and um, so it was really hard getting in and out of the different places there, and when they was over and where the amphitheater is and everything, it was so beautiful. But he loved the city of Fremantle. Now I can see you have a fondness for it too. I like you. A little shot glass up there, Toga. It's kind of like my shot glass. The company used to give us cut crystal glasses for different occasions, and they'd have the Boeing insignia on it, and have it engraved. And we would go to a lot of parties on the weekend. Now, Sydney Harbor is a big harbor. We'd go to a lot of parties on the weekend, and we'd go in, and how you could tell if a guy had 15 years in, 15 years with the company, and somewhere in his house there would be some shot glasses or some nice glasses cut crystal with the name Boeing carved into the side. That's what they give everybody for 15 years. Now I got big steins because I was special, but I got these big steins. Well, you see me drink with them in those cut crystal steins. Oh my God, them things are good. Keeps cold. You put it in a freezer, freeze it, and then you pour your cold beer into that. That beer stays cold all the way down to the last swallow. Someone requested that we have um, a pass some drinks. Let me see some salutes here. I'll skip some glasses. Oh, there you go. I got that one in the back here. I like my beer cold. Here, and I've got a friend that lives about 40 miles from me. He's got the world's coldest beer. He keeps his beer at the perfect temperature. Oh my gosh. And when he pops the top on it, whoo, it's cold. You see, I'm being a gentleman. Gonna screw the lid on it because that stuff right there will run your sugar up. Worst thing you can do at night is swallow down a bunch of sugar like that before bedtime and have your old liver to leak, put out a lot of glutens there, and next thing you know, you wake up in diabetic shock. Dang, that was good. That's what's so good about a mustache. And Ray Gregory can tell you, whatever you eat or drink, you can just run your tongue over it and you'll have a little flavor left up into the day. Oh, what's the PRO prost? Um, we drank when we was up in Seattle. We went to this pub that had Thai. It was right there near Victoria, Canada, Vancouver, Canada, and right there across the border, you can get all these beers from different lands. And we'd go up there and we would drink that beer. I don't remember what it was we drank then, but I know it was stout. I don't remember the name, but it was some good stout beer. One time, Dave my brother and I, we was in Yakima, Washington, and we wanted to be. I was already a truck driver, but we wanted to be hauling. We wanted to get on up there in Yakima in a trucking company. So we went to the labor office, and they sent us out, him and I, out on a trucking job. Well, we got out there, and when we got there, it was basically a scam to get us to come out. They go, well, the position is filled, but we do have, um, we need somebody to work up in the kiln. Up in the kiln is where they dry the hops. Over in Yakima, they grow these just miles of hops. As far as you can see, they grow hops. And they said, now you won't be working by the hour up there. You'll be working piecework. And he said, we'll pay you so much for each bale of hops. And we're up in the top, and then we had two guys down below us, and we're shoveling hops into a chute, and this big plunger would go down and press the hops, and they would bale and make 1,200-pound bales out of just hop flowers, you know. And we pressed these hops down, and when we got through, we earned, the four of us earned $100 for a 10-hour day, $25 a piece for 10 hours of work. And so we stayed up there for a week. My brother and I pushing hops with a great big end of the hopper. And so here on Saturday, the guy come out with checks, and he called our names, and we had to run up there and get our check. Well, when I went up and got my check, I opened it up, and it was paid in full. He paid me to a half a day on Saturday, paid in full. It was right up to the penny. And my brother come back, and I kind of raised my hand, and he said, "Yeah, you have an issue." I said, "Yeah, I've got an issue with my check." He said, "What kind of issue do you have?" I said, "Well, you made a big mistake." He said, tell me what kind of mistake did I make?" I said, "You paid me in full. Take this job and shove it." You know, Robert, we got our stuff and we got out of there. Never to ever shovel another bale of hops. Oh, good God Almighty, what a job. The temperature over 100 degrees up there to dry the hops. And within an hour, everything in your mouth tastes like hops. Mr. Leahy would have loved to have worked up there. But Mr. Leahy was more of the hard liquor sort of guy. Now, Bubbles and Ricky and Julian, now they would suck down a lot. Julian, he liked his mixed drink always. But Ricky, you know, he'd always, oh, he drank a lot of beer. And him and two crazy boys, you know, them two crazy boys there, oh my God, what lovable characters. They would do anything for Rick and Julian. Yes, he was. Man, to make it believe anybody can, but no, man, you could feel his drunkenness. Hey, rolling with T-Bone. Well, we're hoping that it continues to stay good. That's it. Well, no, the two nitwit boys. J Rock was wanting a star. He always wanted to be a star. Yeah, J Rock was one of those two. You remember one of them left the show? There was a dispute or whatever, a real thing, and he was, yeah, he played a great role. I mean, somebody can bring that off. I know somebody would know. Let me. Oh, Trevor and Corey. Oh, 2-4. You got it. Trevor and Corey. I love them two guys. I mean, um, I even like the Thug. The guy would come by and shoot up the place occasionally. I liked it when they grow marijuana under the trailer house. And we gotta let the cousins have a moment. Let me dim the lights here. Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna dim the lights for the cousins. Woo! Cyrus. Cyrus was bad to the bone, man. I love you guys. You've got the good memory of that show. My sister, she had never heard of the Trailer Park Boys, and I went up there in 2019, and I turned her on to the show. And we went back and watched all of everything that I'd already seen before. We watched that whole series. I was up there for a month, and yeah, drove the Corvette. That's right. And I turned her on to that show, and her and I would sit there and drink and watch. We were really drinking, man. We were like sucking it down uh, in a very nice way. We didn't go out and fight in the street or nothing like that after we got through. We just enjoyed ourselves. Oh, they are things in this house. The man that owned it and built this house, I bought it from him. This was a part of our old estate from back in the 1800s. And I'm back on the land that my ancestors lived right out here. But the man that had this house, he had a beautiful young boy just coming into life. I think he was 16 years old. And right across the road, you've seen, when I ride out of here, you see that little lake. He went out there in a boat, capsized, and drowned him. I'm sorry to bring you down, but yeah, that ghost resides here. The, the man and his wife said his son came here often after he had passed away. And I've told other guys in here about the things in the house. I don't mind it. I ain't scared of shit. I'm sorry. I ain't scared of nothing, so I know that crap bothers me. But you hear a noise in the night, it does pique your attention. I know one thing since we've been doing this live stuff, I find myself so conscious of almost everything about this. Um, I had never paid it much attention. It was just something inside here that helped me to function through life. But I sit and look at the screen. I see it over there on the screen, and I see my ears are offset. They're not exactly straight. And my nose is bent over. I got a nose that's bent over just a little bit. And the other thing is, I notice that I have a habit of doing this way. Leaving my mouth open. So I got to learn to tighten them lips up a little bit and not sit there looking like a carp out of the water. Well, I got videos. I got videos of big snakes in the house. Big snakes. They won't hurt you. They're just big old chicken snakes. They eat chickens. Yeah. Oh, man, I'll be sitting talking, that door slowly open, and then my lights dim down. Woo! That would be spooky. They have ways to hurt you. They're like Leon Neeson. I always think of my wives are like Leon Neeson. Leon Neeson has ways to hurt you. I don't around here. I don't argue about nothing. I just try to maintain a steady flow. Well, Dave, did you get that cup of coffee? Yeah, the food. I'll be busy talking, and she'll know that I ain't going to ever have time to respond to what she's going to ask me. And she'll go in and she'll cook, she'll fix something up. And see, she's crazy about chicken. And I don't like no yard bird. I eat it, but I'm not fond of it. What the hell is that? Something at my back door over here. I know what it is. It's a raccoon. Watch this. I hope he's at the door. Oh, yeah, the little fella. He's over there at the catfish dish, cat food dish, eating the cat's food over there. But it was him or her. It's usually the females comes up this early. Yeah, yard bird, man. I, uh, I've eaten chicken all my life, but I'd prefer cooking it myself. And I tell her she likes to cook the chicken in the air fryer. And I told her, I said, she'll take them big old thick chicken breast and she'll make up a dredge and she'll fix it and put it in the air fryer and turn it over and all that stuff. And it's beautiful golden brown. Well, when you buy it all the way through, you get a big old chunk of that chicken. Man, ain't nothing will get me quicker than to run across a blood vein in a piece of chicken. Don't want no raw chicken. My chicken got to be done. It's getting weird. Oh yeah, there's some things in a chicken will give you the runs for sure, and they can take you down in a hurry. Salmonella and what's that other one? One that's even more prevalent. Um, but if you don't wash your chicken real good. Well, you've been busy today, T-Bone. You was busy this afternoon. I think busy last night. Yeah, the avian bird flu. Dave, you got to keep in mind here. For 15 years, we fed so many birds. We had listeria. There's one more. There's one that's even worse than that. That is bad right there. Um, oh, let me fix Ty trucking up over there. I see that he of the Golden Crescent Ranch. Let me get his golden crescent wrench all up in here. Gotta get his golden crescent wrench. My phone. I wonder how come my phone don't have a signal. Yeah, wash your bird. Absolutely. Let me. I'll have to get over to my page here if I can ever get to it. I got so much crap on my phone. Here we go. We're going to get there. We're getting there now. Whoa, stop it. Come on, slow down here. Okay. Let me go to my channel. I think this is it right here. Yeah. Oh, sure. We're working good now. Here we go. We got. Okay. Tyke, you should be in good shape now. We got you all fixed up. You got the adjustable spanner. I'll say that just in case Kyle might be listening. Adjustable spanner. Oh. I'm still thinking of that thing with the chickens. It's really prevalent down here in our part of the state where they have so many chicken houses. Let me call her because we're always watching out for that. Because one thing, when you live out in the woods like this, you don't want to get sick. I'll call the little heifer there. If she's got her phone turned back on.
Hello.
Buenas tardes, amigo.
Howdy.
When we buy chicken, and we're always worried about getting sick because what is that thing that chicken has that we are worried about?
Salmonella?
Oh, we said salmonella. I thought there was another one.
No, that's what chickens give off if the chicken is improperly handled.
Well, I thought there was one more. Somebody said wisteria.
That could be it.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
I think that's even a worse one.
Yeah, I think that is worse.
I guess I stand corrected. I thought there was one other that they was pushing around here because of all the chicken houses.
Hang on.
Because remember, I always preaching, wash the chicken, wash the chicken.
You know I'm meticulous about washing the chicken.
I know you wash the chicken, but what I'm saying is we're cautious.
Yeah. It says listeria is
listeria.
Listeria is a type of bacteria that acts in intracellular parasites in mammals.
Oh.
As of this year, 28 species have been identified. Yeah.
Oh, David just put down something there. Yeah. I had. You remember when we lived in Auburn, in the townhouse in Auburn, Angelique, when anyhow, I'll discuss it with these guys here, but I almost died from it, and I got it at a Chinese restaurant. I love Chinese.
And that's our favorite then.
Yeah. Well, you wasn't around then, but that was back then.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but I'm just saying in general, that's our
I
favorite
get my
then.
time periods all mixed up there. That was a long time ago. All right, thanks,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye bye. I started telling her about things that she wouldn't have no knowledge of. I went back too many decades. I don't. You can't even hire her. Let me see. Let me see if I watch this. I'm gonna try to approach her. I have persuasive powers over her and see melanoma. I've got one of those in my ear right here. A melanoma.
Hello?
Sweetie, we've had a request from one of the gentlemen, and I use that term loosely. One of the, if you have a sack full of nuts and the nuts is rolling and falling off on the floor, there's just a lot of nuts in here. And one of them requested you to come in here and say something to the crew.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I mean, say something nice like, how about a ride, mister? Hitchhike your way out of this place, this hell hole.
That's mean, but okay.
All right, come on in.
All right.
All right, put some lipstick on. I put my request in, and there's, honey, go and take your hair down. Your hair.
My hair's awful looking tonight.
Well, comb it out a little bit, and then you'll feel much better. I will.
I haven't washed it. So that's why I keep it up.
Let me show you. Hang on. I'm going to show her how I want her to look like Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa.
You're not Nat King Cole, so stop that.
Yeah, I bet you I could sing like Nat King Cole. All I need is talent. All right, hang on, folks. Don't go away now.
See?
You look, wow.
That's why I keep my hair up. My Richard's not down here, Minnie.
Don't do that. Well, she convinced me that ain't no way she's going to wear her hair down. She looks like a wild woman. I ain't kidding you. You know that little old guy in Andy Griffin's show, Ernest T. Bass? She looks like Ernest T. Bass's stepsister. It's me, Ernest T. She got that hair all frizz. She tried it. She had that comb in there when she was running that brush through there, and mental illness doesn't run in my family. It slows down and gets to know us all. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Man, I think that was when that actor still had a good mind on him, before he kind of went wacko. What the hell was his name? Not Jack Nicholson, wasn't it? Wasn't Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Yeah, I got it. Oh, man, I had to dig deep to get into that one. Oh, I tell you, the one I like that movie of Kathy Bates, where this photographer, I think he was a photographer, he was doing a story, and she, after a while, she fell so much in love, and she didn't want him to leave, and she broke both of his legs with a sledgehammer to keep him there. Golly, that scared the hell out of me, because I was a player. Yeah, that's it right there, misery. Oh, good God, that scared the hell out of me. I've had some close calls, but I ain't never had any of them going to break my legs. Oh, you ever had a leg broke? You ain't gonna like no part of that. Here she comes. Come right over here. Come right over here. I'm gonna make some room for you. Oh, you gonna? Where you gonna sit? Well, you can be my my little dummy.
How about you be the dummy? I'll make you talk.
Honey, if you look at your blouse there, you got it.
It's an old shirt. Sue me.
Honey, let me tip this up here so we can get you top your little head in. Whoa! All right, T-Bone made the request.
Hi.
See, you can read the comments of ours. Dave Channel.
Yep.
And tell them about your favorite chicken. How we like to make chicken.
My favorite chicken is orange chicken that the big man makes. If any of you ever come down, and I will request it and he will make it, and it is delicious.
Old Mac Daddy treats you right on the orange chicken.
Orange chicken is very good. It's my favorite.
To fix her for her birthday, which is coming up on November 9th.
Yeah.
So, what have you requested?
My favorite Chinese dish, orange chicken, steamed rice, broccoli. I'm a happy camper. Or you can always do my favorite, Alfredo chicken.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
We do have the mix for it.
You know, we're an odd couple. You know that we're odd looking. We like two odd ducks.
Well, quack quack, baby.
I'm the big goose.
The goose that keeps on giving. How come you don't poop out the gold then?
Don't talk about pooping to an old guy. That's sensitive.
Okay, we won't talk about poop.
P-I-M-P. I like that. He just called me Pimp Daddy.
Don't get him started on that. That's an ego talking. Didn't everyone know that once upon a time his nickname was Mac Daddy Pimp?
Just Mac Daddy.
No, Mac Daddy Pimp.
No.
Yes.
There's only a few people knew me by that name.
Yeah, Donald's the one that started it.
My own son.
Thank God for Donald.
You can't trust your kids at all.
Yeah, we gang up on you.
Y'all are just a crazy, crazy bunch, ain't kidding?
Yeah, but you
What's
love
it right
us.
over here? Oh, quack, quack, riding on Ruby. Your little body is about 412 degrees, so
I'm gonna bow.
You wanna make a farewell speech.
Mm.
Oh,
Until next time.
Such sweet sorrow. You want to do some Hamlet?
That's not Hamlet.
Let's do some. What is it?
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh hell! What I know about stuff. I don't know anything about romance.
Oh no, you have been married a few times.
My favorite poem, I used to love it when you'd roll into Cincinnati, the girls would stand outside of the city limits.
Oh, I've never been.
And they'd have signs up there. They was organized in Cincinnati.
Are they a union?
Yeah, they was organized.
Are they a union hook?
Yeah, United Hose, Hose United. And they would have signs up there, Waller for $1. Oh,
no, Paula for $1.
Waller for $1.
Oh my God.
That was, times were hard back in our days. I'm talking about in the early
Dime
days.
for a dime for some time.
You don't know how to make a rhyme, so.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
I think they're all wanting you to leave now. They're saying
bye
and get on out of here, and why is she hogging up the network?
Because I'm better than you. I make this show better.
She eventually will take over this network, after she puts
I'll
me
start
through.
I'll start my own cheesy network.
After you put me through the shake and bake there, and you'll have this whole thing to yourself. That camera will be yours.
Oh,
what's left of the Baileys will be yours.
Do I get to inherit Dave?
She wants you, Dave. She said, anything ever happened to you, old Mac, Dave's mine.
Get
out of here.
Does it mean I get all your friends?
Get out of here before you embarrass us.
Bye.
Damn. Hose United. I love it, man.
For a better future.
That's it. Well, you see, y'all asked for it, and you got to be careful what you ask for. Ain't that right, Theo? Huh? Here, I got something for you. Here, little buddy, I'll get you a pepperoni. Toga said, peace out, Angelique. She already went back to her lair. She's only popular at this month. You know, this month is her year. You know, this is the time of the year that she'll come out, break out her little broom and ride around the neighborhood. Well, now wasn't that something? Let me tilt this back down here because I don't want to lose a bit of my beauty. I want it to be 100% captured. She's a kind human being that puts up with me and allows me to be all I can be. And she's always been a good human being. That's about all I can say there. I will start the air back up again. It is so hot tonight. It's all downhill from here. Oh, favorite Chinese duck, ginger and spring onions. That does sound good. Um, how many of these? No. Ooh, it's hot here. It's hot for me. Um, I can have the back door open now. A while ago, I had it closed because there was sunlight reflected on the white door, and it was running the video quality. But now, oh, woo, air conditioning over there and cool air over there. Well, I think I'll have going downhill like snowballs. I tell you, honest God, truth. I think hell can be here on earth. I just don't know if we got the right interpretation to describe the hereafter because there's so many variations of it. But some people bring hell on themselves. You got the heat on too before, and I got it set up high. It's I think it's probably 75 out there. Yesterday it was 89, and today it was hot. It was hot today, but the humidity was much higher today than it was yesterday. It was like 70 something percent humidity. I can tell you right now. Let me see. No, I can't do it there. Um, I don't know how I can do that. I could bring out my weather, go over there and tell you exactly what the humidity is now, but I'm glistening, as we used to say, sweat. Yeah, I think all over the southeast, it's pretty, as the Brits would say, a sticky wicket. My little buddy, I just gave him a pepperoni, and he's back for a second one. But you got food in your dish. He really loves these pepperonis. My mother loved to bake duck. She loved duck. And my mother had a duck sauce that was really good. My mother, when we got to the West Coast, she had these little Alabama ducks, you know, they were like little redneck ducks. They were skinny, had big Adam's apples, and they all had a gun on the hip. But when we got to the West, it's 75 with 80% humidity. We must be somewhere in that same category right now because I can feel the humidity in my hands. Well, when we got to the West, I shot us a big Canadian honker, and I took that home and we cleaned it, and she fixed that big old Canadian goose. Oh, it was so good. Mm. Yeah, we come from a farm community where they eat, you know, not in the coal mines down there in the coal camp, but when we went out to the farm, yeah, we eat ducks and chickens, and my mother liked duck eggs too. She would mix the duck eggs with regular eggs to stretch them, make them go out longer. When the hens started quit laying, the ducks would be still laying. To stretch her food, she would, you know, mix the duck eggs and chicken eggs. Oh man, I looked at the week ahead of us. We've got all of next week until I looked all the way to the 14th of October, and we're going to be in the 80s up to the 14th of October. And I didn't dare look a little bit further ahead because I'm looking for some cool weather. Because one thing, I've got 2.5 acres of line that I mow, and I'm wanting the grass to take a pinch, you know, get it cold enough to stop its growth. Because I only want to do one more mowing this year, and then I can put my mowing equipment away. And because I went out there yesterday when we went for a ride, we looked over and the tire on the lawnmower was flat. Yeah, we got a night all blue sky. It showed here till the 14th of October we got blue sky, the kind of weather we look forward to every fall. The Southeast has the bluest sky in the world in the fall. Was the Osborne song, Type Trucking Highway to Hell. I like that crazy, insane laugh right there at the end when he does that nice. Uh, the song goes out there and then he ends up laughing and it runs off into an echo. It's a little bit demented. Yes, I agree. But the problem is, if you was living in New Orleans down there on I-10, you'd have all them telephone bugs that comes out. They hatch out and they come out looking for a mate. And boy, they splatter all over the front of your bike, all over the windshield, all over the headlights. If you spray it down with Pound, it cleans up pretty easy. All the chrome does. Well, my friend that comes in and joins me two before, he's up in Valdor. He's quite a ways on up there. I mean, he's up quite a ways, and it gets so cold up there. That whole family is a little bit crazy at Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon is a pretty good looking little. She looked fine there for a while. I mean, I thought she looked fine to me. Highway to Hell is AC/DC. I'm thinking about, or no, Going to Hell on a Crazy Train. That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry, I got the wrong song. Head's all muddled up. alcohol's doing it. Yeah. Uh, um, yeah, I just got the two songs mixed up. I like that song. It just gets you into the mood, to go and play and have fun. We had a croquet game we had when we had a big home out in Washington. And all my kids would be out in the back, and my the wife I had was quite knowledgeable of European games, and she set us up. The croquet is kind of like wicket, but you got the little hoops and you got the ball and the little mallet. And them kids would get out there and play that, and they'd have tournaments. They really loved it. Yeah, Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. You can tell I lived a little bit different life than a lot of guys that you would know that is going on 85 years of age. Is you asked your average man on the street what was a song that you could recall that was done by Ozzy Osbourne, and chances are they go, "Who's he?" Huh? Yep, there's songs that you have an attachment for, that it was there for you when the time when you needed that little uplifting spirit, and it gave you that thing that got you over that rough patch. I can tell you, I've mentioned about this, about being married 5 times. That means there was 4 divorces, and you ain't lived through no crazier times than when they all trying to get their share of the money and get their cut, getting what is rightfully theirs. They sacrifice so much for old Mac. Everybody's got to have their cut. It's a terrible thing to go through. Why not ride the crest, man? I mean, you can stay in your house and lock the doors and live in fear of everything, or you can go out there and face the reality of life and go and stay on the top, ride whatever situations that's out there, and have fun and not look back. Because I have mentioned several times, there is no future looking back. Dave, you're a person of knowledge. Who was the guy, country western singer, predominantly crossover country, that did No Future Looking Back? A good looking man that kind of got old before our very eyes. 31 years of marriage. Ruth and I, we made it 33 years. Uh, I was there for her and closed her eyes, and I expected she'd be the one that lay old Mac away. put me away. And we talked about it often, about how she was going to put me away and how she was going to, what all she was going to do. But it just didn't work out. Um, that's good. Rolling of T-bone. That's good. 27 years of marriage. 97. I married Ruth in 1990 on my birthday. I married her on June the 30th, 1990. She was a good human. There's a few good ones come through your life. Well, I had some good wives, don't get me wrong. I mean, it just their lawyers had this thing about getting their share of the money. 43 years riding on Ruby will bless your heart. And that's 39 years driving a bus and now been married for 43 years. You got to be a strong, strong man to maintain both of those relationships. My brother, that is younger than me, has now been married 60 years. He celebrated this year his 60th year. I will do that. I will go back and I'm glad you told me that. I will go back and look through there and go back and look at your Native American woman. I love my little Indian woman. She's gone now. My first, my third, fourth, and fifth wife are now passed on. No, man, he didn't pass out, man. He's drinking coffee. Well, it was a really pleasant, quiet. I spent a lot of time in here on the computer working on that program, and I'll spend some more time tomorrow. But what a nice Sunday! It was just a really good day. Um, a little frustrating around the edges there about that program, but we don't give up. This is in only 720p, is it? yeah, 780p, 720p, I guess it is. And the lowest resolution the camera will go down to. And I was just going to see if it'd be smooth enough, but I'm shooting it at 60 frames a second. I can see a washout and a little bit of blur, but what I'm seeing on my screen is something different. Um, it's only at 30 frames a second, but what you guys are seeing is at 60 frames a second. I split it up that way. In other words, I'm letting my transmit be a little better quality than my receive. Bye bye, T-Bone. Well, a Tyke truck and I, of course, I've already conveyed my condolences to Ruby a long time ago. When I told him, I said, I feel your pain because, like I say, out of the five wives, four of them are gone, and none of them was easy. They were mothers of my different children, but all my children are alive and doing well. So they left a legacy. Yeah, just people. If we were sitting on the front porch, um, if we were sitting on the front porch, the conversation would be varied, be moving around in different conversations, and there would be a certain amount of camaraderie that joins us all together, a common thread, and we'd all find a mutual ground that we could function at on the front porch, and we'd come back for another day and another day and another day, because what is not to like about the kind of companionship that you can gather with people you don't even know. And after a little bit of conversation on their side, your side, and everybody coming together, you'll find out there's not a lot of variety in mankind's desire to make a better life for himself or his family. And you do that by having a good friend base. People, not because you're going to be calling on people and wanting something from them, but knowing that when there's a stressful situation, you have them that you can convey this stress to, and they're going to help you relieve it. Heck yeah, we missed you. We said, where did that guy go? And one said, which guy are you talking about? I said, you know that guy. And the guy said, you mean that guy over yonder? No, no, he wasn't over yonder. He was up there. Oh, that guy up there. You talking about like further than Kentucky? Yeah, he was way up there. Oh, he must have been around St. Louis? No, he was way up there. And finally said, for God's sakes, we're talking about American Outlaw up there by the Canadian border, for God's sakes. No, we really did miss you. When you ask a question, you get an answer. My little dog decided he would go over and get him some supper. He's got bacon stew, bacon with vegetables. I think here at this household, everybody's doing good. Yeah, there's all kinds of groups and all kinds of interesting topics, and that's what has made the world so much smaller that you can go anywhere on YouTube and you're going to find after you scour around and you eventually land up on a group, you go, I like the way they think. I just like the freedom of conversation without, a lot of stress. Some conversations can be very stressful. And this group here seems to be looking for a safe harbor to get out of the storm. And whatever the storm might be, a failed relationship or an illness in the family, or maybe trying to kick in an addiction, or whatever the case may be, you find yourself here with these people. And most everybody in here will have a moment of compassion and convey to you their acceptance of you. I gotta say, American Outlaw, you are really, really doing good on that bike. I hate about the tragedy with the broken block. Oh man, that'd be a ride all the way from up northern North Dakota all the way down to the Southland. Oh, absolutely. Whatever it takes, a little bit of levity, it can, take the anger out of a person. That's the ride, man. Yeah. You get this close, we'll have to ride on down to Florida. Go down there and do a ride around Florida. I got a sister who lives in Florida. She loves it down there. I used to have a lot of relatives. My brother owned a large company in Cocoa Beach. It was a solar company. That was back in the 70s. And yeah, they had a really nice company down there. He hired a lot of family members. I was working up at Bowen, but I used to go down there. We used to go to Cocoa Beach. We'd go to Cocoa, which is right there at Cape Canaveral, Cape Kennedy. And the closest I got to be to a lunch, we was down there within 13 hours of one of the crews taking off. That's as close as I got to it. I like that. I like that. Mom's going to love it too. That would be nice too. Before, well, there's going to be a lot of people here that would you'd make happy when you come down. You know, coming down here, you pretty well cover the whole gamut of humanity when you cross from north to south. When you come through New England, that's a different world altogether. When you come through New York and Pennsylvania and in the Catskills there, that's a different world altogether. When you get up there in Virginia, West Virginia, and down through the Carolinas, that's entirely a different part of the world. You drop down into Georgia and Florida, you have almost seen it all. Now, if you make a little divot in your trail and get over into Alabama and Tennessee, Kentucky, if you want to see the rural South, you'd have to come down through Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama because we're still living in that stage of our lives. Over in Georgia, they have advanced quite a bit more than we have because we're not a very progressive state, and they love it that way. That is really nice. You got to ride down through there. There's a lady that lives up there. I believe she's in Connecticut. She rides. She's got her own webpage. She's a great lady. Does all of her bike work herself. XENA, Xena. And she's just an avid rider, rides a lot. Gosh, she puts on a lot of miles. I consider her a really good friend because we've never met, but I just feel that she has a big heart, the kind of a heart that will carry her a long ways. She doesn't seem to be selfishly motivated to take advantage of anybody. Yeah, American Outlaw. If you make it down in the South, you got to do the Tail of the Dragon, and well, you want to use caution on it now because a whole lot of people get themselves all hyped up, and their buddies say, "Oh man, you can blow through there with no problem." And those are the ones that gets killed every year. Now you approach it with a degree of caution, and then use real caution when you actually get on it. Don't come up thinking you've got it conquered right off the bat. Because when you least expect it, I just watched a video last week. Two guys coming up the dragon, up out of the Tennessee side, up into the Carolina. They was moving on really, really fast, but they got it behind a slow car, a slow pickup truck, a Ford F-150, I believe it was. And when they got the opportunity, the first guy, he takes off, and just as he got in the curve, he could see around the curve real good. His back end went around. He got in gravel and sand or whatever. He went down. But the second guy went into the side of the pickup truck, and it tore his bike up. Neither one was hurt. But when you least expect it, look at our friend Ray Gregory. Just riding. After a hard day of running and doing it, seeing every kind of crazy person there are in the world, and goes over there and goes off the road and almost hits a telephone post because somebody come across the line. So yeah, use your caution, use your best judgment, and don't be a wise ass on the because you was a soldier. You go, oh, I got that Army of One attitude. Well, I had it too. But it doesn't care what race, creed, or color, or religion, or whatever you are. The dragon will. Just one mistake. And before you know it, it's already happened. Now, a lot of wrecks occur and nobody gets seriously hurt. But then statistically, a lot of people get killed. Well, the dragon will make you grow up in a hurry. After you find the toilet and you wipe yourself real good, you go, oh, that was bad. Come down to Rhode Island. That's one of our littlest states, Rhode Island. I got a son that's been drilling oil now for many years, and he's done well for himself. He's done really well. I'm quite proud of him. Well, let me see. We got 5 people in here, hardcore people. And that's good to say on a Sunday night. I was kidding Angelique about having a dirty blouse on, but that's what she said she cooked in. And stuff splattered on her and whatever, and she just hadn't took her night shower yet. It's a long time before bedtime yet. But that's the reason she didn't want to get on the camera. I mean, she'd have to go up and shower and change. I said, just be who you are and come on out, and she did and got with us. And that was a good step on her behalf. Oh yeah, my hats off to the guys. A lot of my relatives never faced an IED. Now, the boy, one of the boys got blown up in Fallujah, and the other got hit in a Humvee that wasn't armored up, and all the Humvees now are all armored up. But when they first went over there, they wasn't armored up. And by the time they got through the Iraqi campaign, most all the equipment was armored up. So on record, it was armored up. Yeah, my boy that got hurt in Iraq, he was in the 504th mechanized unit. The one that got captured, the girl in the back, she got captured. He was way up in the front there, but they was in that horrible sandstorm. It lasted for days. Oh, my condolences to you. My late condolences to you, 2 and 4, for the loss of your dad. My dad was a little bit older than your dad. He was born in 1909. But he expired really early. But he was a coal miner. Lung took its toll. He coughed his lungs up at the time he was 67 years old. He had already expired. Fear in comments. If I go back reading some of the comments there, 2 before. Yeah, you never could move your army if you let fear interfere with you in the military. You got to overcome that. Can you imagine in the horrors of the trench wars of World War One? And they said in the morning at 4:02 we're going to go up over the wall. and at 4:03, the whole world just lights up all around them. By that time, somebody had tripped an alarm or whatever, and oh, that was just a vicious war. I can't think of any war that would be considered a pushover, but a lot of people were slaughtered during World War I, and the world itself suffered in World War II. I mean, every country lost a huge amount of people. I dealt with a lot of GIs when they came back from Vietnam. I was on a program where you would take them fishing to help them to be incorporated back into society. Because you got to keep in mind when you come back to Fort Lewis, right, Stillicum and Ponders Corner, and all through there, that's called Little Korea. And you just come back out of Vietnam and you've been involved in a conflict of heavy combat and seen so many people killed and yourself mortally wounded, a lot of wounds, and have mental scars. Then you get out at Fort Lewis and you walk down to Ponders Corner, Tillicum, down through Lakewood. You walk in the streets and you see hundreds of Asian people enjoying good quality American life. It took a lot for them to be deprogrammed where they were on kill missions, and then they had to come back home and be able to get incorporated back in society, and we played a part in helping them to get back into society. Oh, don't you know it? I mean, they was as many scared enemy as they was brave people that led charges and stuff, and a lot of heroes came out of that. If you consider that being a hero of like the guys that took machine gun nest and did things like that, you are willing to sacrifice any part of your body to get the job done. You only hope you don't get nothing shot off that you can't run. Well, my little buddy is over there so you can keep an eye on the raccoons just in case one of them spooks come through the back door. He's there for them. All my children from 1980 on, the oldest was stationed in Beirut, Lebanon. Well, hello, Motorville, Virginia. Oh, I was playing with the dog when you popped in there. I didn't see you there, buddy, but I'm seeing you now. I saw your video today, the rerun of the video. I missed the live, your premiere. Actually, I went over to the premiere, but a phone call came in, and when I got through that, I went back over there, and it was over with. But I did check out your replay. Well, Motor Bum, did you have yourself a good Sunday? Well, I think I'm going to end this here. I'd like to stay on with you guys longer. Um, we'll come back. I've got a couple of things I got to do. I've got to go out and feed the cat. Got to let my dog go out in the back. And you guys enjoy the evening. We'll probably have coffee in the morning. I might do a little morning coffee broadcast there. I want to make sure I don't do it at the same time Dave is doing his. I'll go over and check and see if Dave is doing a live broadcast. So with that, we'll say good night. And we'll be looking forward to doing it again. Love you guys. Come back and see me.